Now let's bring in an expert view on the death of Chadian President, as we have joining us via Skype an African affairs analyst, Amuda Mosigbodi. Good to have you join us, Amuda. This is a really devastating development, not just for Chad, but for the West African region. What do you make of this really terrible news and the circumstances surrounding his death?
It's a big blow because if you look at it from the security perspective, here is a man who has been dedicated to the fight against insurgency, terrorism, in not just, of course, within his own sub-region, but of course across Africa. So it tells you of how much a big problem and a big blow this death of his is. Don't also forget that he's been an ally to a lot of Western countries in the fight against Daesh, the Islamic State, and a whole lot more. And he's also been at the forefront, a member of the multi-national joint task force, which has been at the forefront of the fight against Boko Haram. So his death is a big blow. Considering the fact also that he died, as a result of wounds from, the battle. So it's a big blow, no doubt. It's a big blow, and it would have heavy consequences. Without doubt, there will be a boost of morale for these terrorist groups, because for them, they feel that yes, this is a big message to the world, and for the allied groups too, it will also, to an extent, dampen morals. But what we need at this point will be a concerted effort to ensure that the death of Déby does not go in vain.
Absolutely, and like you said, the fact that he died from injuries sustained from this battle against insurgents, that's quite symbolic, and it shows that he really lived, for this war against the insurgents. And you've also rightly noted that he was an ally to the West in this fight. How bad, because you already said it's a big blow, how bad would that be for the fight against these insurgents, the implication of that?
It's going to be a bit bad. Don't let me be a prophet of doom. Don't forget that he died as a result of, gunfire from the rebels who may have alliances with these terrorist groups. And so that would mean that the death of Déby, for instance, would embolden the insurgent groups, particularly the rebels, to march on, Jamina, and that would have spiral effect. It means cutting off the stronghold in the fight against Boko Haram, Daesh, and other terrorist groups.
Network challenges there. That was Amuda Mosigbodi talking to us about the death of the president of Chad, Idriss Deby Itno. We have Amuda. Amuda, you were talking about the implication of that for security in the region.
Exactly. Yes. So the effect of that would be that the rebel groups and of course the terrorist groups become emboldened, no doubt, because if you take Chad away from the calculation, then it means that a very big route is taken off. So it's going to have a very heavy implication. Don't forget that Chad also houses a French military base, which has also been a strong takeoff ground in the fight against terrorism within the African continent. So if Chad, peradventure, God forbid, fall to the hands of the rebel, then it's going to be disastrous.
So, I mean, when it comes to leadership, you really can't have any vacuum. There has to be an immediate succession plan. And as we speak, a military council led by his son who is a general in the army, has now been set up to take leadership, replace him in terms of leadership. What does that mean for ensuring political stability in Chad and ensuring that, the war against this insecurity continues?
I did not see any serious effect, whether it be his son or someone else taking over the reins of leadership. Of course, for democracy, this means a lot. It means that it's been this whole trend that we keep facing in Africa. When someone passes on and then the child takes over, like we're running a monarchy kind of. But then on the military front, maybe we can say that the son, of course, perfectly understands the terrain of the fight against terrorism. So that may be a booster for the military, the Chadian military. But then I really don't see much difference being made in this instance.
African Affairs Analyst Amuda Mosigbodi, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you so much.